with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. It's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From the Heart Media Group newsroom and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local expanded newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. You're listening to the WHOW Morning Show. Seniors in Piatt County will be glad to hear that a local nonprofit is expanding what it offers in the area. Shelley Tolley with OSF Piecemeal indicates that while home-delivered meals are a big focus of the organization, they are encouraging seniors with the ability to visit their local Congregate sites, including a new location in Monticello, to engage in social interactions over their meals.
So if you're in the Bloomington area, we have a place called the Ark. It's a really phenomenal place. It's because it's built into a, I'm going to say like a YMCA kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not super familiar with it, but the Ark has activities, but you can also work out there. Mm-hmm. So if you're active, older senior, go to the Ark and get some lunch with us, play some activities with us, and then stay and do other things. And then over in Champaign, all of our sites are set up for the high rises that we serve. So we're still trying to develop one that's for the public. Monticello has a great one. Kimmy, go down to Kimmy. We also have a new restaurant in Monticello. The Apple a Day Cafe at Kirby Hospital has come along and partnered with us. So you can now get tickets at Monticello for the Apple a Day Cafe. You just go to the Livingston Center in Monticello. Kimmy will help you set up. You just have to fill out a personal information form the first time you go, and then she will sell tickets to you. Tickets are $5 for $20 or $10 for $40. And then you'll just write your name on the back of the ticket and the date you use it, hand it to the person that give you your meal, and that's all you have to do. Nice. And if it's a full meal, you order off the menu, and they have a piecemeal menu.
Tolley reminds there are congregate programs in smaller communities as well, such as Ludlow, Paxton, and Rantoul. She says to call or visit them online to find your local program.
There's one in Ludlow. Rhonda runs that one. It's also at the Township Building. Paxton has one at their community center in the park. And then, there's one in Rantoul, and it's at the First United Methodist Church in Rantoul. And there are way more in Bloomington. There's like 18 in the Bloomington, Livingston, McLean area. But I'm not from that area, so I'm not real familiar. But you can definitely call 309-665-5900, and that will take you to our secretary, Nikki, and she can help you get connected to any of our sites. So just type in OSF Piecemeal. That takes you to our website, and it will show you what sites we have and what's available. And you can also fill out an online referral if you need home delivered meals.
Piecemeal clients must be at least 60 years old. And Tolley explains their home-delivered meals service is reserved for clients who have issues getting out of their home.
So OSF Piecemeal serves clients 60 years and above. So you do have to be 60 years old to receive piecemeals. We are in 7 counties: McLean, Livingston, Iroquois, Ford, Champaign, DeWitt, Piatt. To get home-delivered meals, you do need to have a reason why. So if you're able-bodied, we suggest you go to the sites because we want you to have social interaction with people. They play games. They have all kinds of activities that they do, put together puzzles, but you get to talk to humans, which is really important. So if you need home delivered, you need to have a reason why. So you're either physically, you have problems getting out to go shopping, you can't cook, and then just like you have a lot of physical limitations. So it's not that you're homebound, but that you have a lot of physical limitation.
To learn more about OSF Piecemeal and find your local Congregate site, call 309-665-5900. 5900 or visit osfhealthcare.org. The University of Illinois Extension will be kicking off the new year with the latest information on caring for community trees. Director of the Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, Terry Miller-Casey, explains that the Community Care Tree Series is targeted at everyday tree huggers and certified arborists alike. She notes that a $10 fee covers all 5 online sessions, and the first is on Tuesday, January 13th.
Well, we have a really unique series of events that are coming up. It's Community Tree Care Series. And so there are a lot of people out there who, individuals who care about trees and want to help, foster their trees, their forests, their grove. But we also know there are professionals out there who are charged with helping to care for trees, whether it be for a municipality or a private garden, or that's part of their work. So there's an entire series of events for community tree care. The first one's going to kick off on January 13th. It's from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's online. There is a $10 fee for the series, but the good news is it covers every single one of them. So there are 5 different classes in this series. So the $10 gets you in the door for all of them. You can attend 1, 2, 3, as many or a few as you like. Mm-hmm. We do ask that you pre-register so they can get you all the materials. But this first one on January 13th, it's going to be talking about properly caring for and creating resilient trees. So people, pollinators and trees, we know that urban forests are becoming more and more important. They're seeing their value in helping keep the shade keeps it cool. We also know that having beautiful trees and shady places also increases quality of life. So it's going to look at the power of urban forest.
Participants can also hear about evergreen identification on the 13th and how important they are to the ecosystem, not only in the winter, but year-round. Miller-Casey adds that these sessions can also be used as credits for certified arborists.
And then at 10 o'clock, they're going to take on the subject of, yes, they love bad puns like me, needle little help. So that one, Needle Little Help, is going to be about evergreen identification and functions in the landscape. So we know evergreens are very important. This time of year, you can spot them real quick because they're the only thing that's green, and they look beautiful this time of year as well. But they're really important for our ecosystems all season long. So you're going to learn about not only urban forests, but you're going to learn about our evergreens and how important they are. And so for each one of these sessions, your person is eligible for 2 hours of continuing education in the Illinois Arborists Association.
Learn more and register for the Community Tree Care Series by visiting extension.illinois.edu/LMS. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Seuster with Covenant Animal Clinic. We're thrilled to sponsor the Adopt a Pet page on DeWittDailyNews.com. Simply look for the icon beside the masthead and you'll discover all the lovable cats and dogs at DeWitt County Animal Shelter, hoping to find their perfect family. While you're there, you can even complete an adoption application right online. Please help us share the message about these wonderful animals who are ready for a loving home. After all, a happy pet is a healthy pet.
Wellness starts with prevention. Book your annual appointment online today with SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln by clicking their icon on DeWittDailyNews.com.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the Hart Media Group Sports Desk, IL Sports Wire, and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this local sports report. Brock Purdy threw a 38-yard touchdown pass to Jawan Jennings with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, and the San Francisco 49ers forced an incomplete pass on the final play from the 2 to beat the Chicago Bears 42-38 on Sunday night and set up a Week 18 showdown for the top seed in the NFC. Caleb Williams drove the Bears, who are now 11-5, down the field in the closing seconds and had one last shot for the win, but Bryce Huff forced him out of the pocket and his throw short-hopped Jade Walker in the end zone to seal the 6th straight victory for the 49ers, who are now 12-4. The loss ends the Bears' hopes of earning the top seed. Chicago has already clinched the NFC North and can earn the number 2 seed by beating Detroit next Sunday. Purdy finished 24 for 33 for 303 yards, while Christian McCaffrey ran for 140 yards and a score and added 41 more receiving. Williams went 25 for 42 for 330 yards and 2 touchdowns, but couldn't deliver at the end after already leading the Bears to an NFL record 6 comeback wins after trailing in the final 2 minutes of regulation. Neither defense could slow down the opposing offense for most of the night after a pick 6 by Chicago's TJ Edwards on the first play. The Niners led 28-21 at halftime. The teams then traded touchdowns on the first 3 drives of the second half, with DeAndre Swift scoring on 2 runs for Chicago and Purdy delivering a highlight reel play for San Francisco. He rolled to his right on a play from the 6, eluded 2 pass rushers, and then flipped an easy touchdown pass to Kyle Juszczyk on a play that lasted longer than 8 seconds. The Bears finally forced a punt and went ahead 38-35 on a short field goal by Cairo Santos with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to play. The Bears' opportunistic defense struck on the first play when Edwards caught a deflected pass and returned it 34 yards for Chicago's first defensive score on the opening play in the last 45 years. Purdy answered his big mistake to start the game with a 65-yard touchdown drive capped by a 1-yard pass to Jake Tunges, and San Francisco moved the ball with ease all half. Purdy added 2 touchdown runs, and McCaffrey also scored on the ground to give the 49ers a 28-21 lead at the break, despite allowing 2 deep touchdown passes by Williams. The Bears host Detroit on Sunday. The 49ers host Seattle on Saturday night. Derrick Henry rushed for a season-high 216 yards, the most ever by a visiting player at Lambeau Field, and matched a career high with 4 touchdown runs in the Ravens' 41-24 victory over the Green Bay Packers on Saturday night. Green Bay is now 9-6-1, losing its 3rd straight and enabling the Chicago Bears to clinch the NFC North title. The Packers already clinched a playoff berth on Thursday when the Detroit Lions lost 23-10 at Minnesota. This was the 2nd straight week in which the Packers lost despite not punting the entire game. Only 6 other teams have ever gone back-to-back games without punting, and those 6 teams went a combined 12-0 in those games. Henry had 3 touchdown runs in the first half and scored again on a 25-yard run with a minute and 56 seconds left in the game. His 7th career 200-yard rushing performance moved him ahead of Adrian Peterson and O.J. Simpson for the most in NFL history. Both teams were missing their starting quarterbacks as Baltimore's Lamar Jackson deals with a back injury, while Green Bay's Jordan Love is in concussion protocol. The 2 replacement starters, Baltimore's Tyler Huntley and Green Bay's Malik Willis, were both effective in a game that featured only 1 punt. Willis went 18 for 21 for a career-high 288 yards and 1 touchdown. He also rushed for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Huntley was 16 of 20 for 107 yards with 1 touchdown. The difference in the game was Green Bay's inability to slow down Henry, who helped the Ravens outrush the Packers 307 yards to just 79. Henry's dominance enabled the Ravens to score on their first 5 possessions and take a 27-14 halftime lead over Green Bay, which hadn't allowed more than 24 points in 14 straight home games. Henry totaled 15 carries in Baltimore's first 2 series and capped each of them with touchdown runs from 3 yards and 1 yard away. He was the first player to have at least 15 carries in his team's 2 offensive series since Denver's Olandis Gary against Green Bay in 1999. He added another 3-yard touchdown with 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Green Bay got back into the game by outscoring Baltimore 10-0 in the third quarter. After Brandon McManus kicked a 24-yard field goal, the Packers forced the first punt of the night. Willis then ran around right end for an 11-yard touchdown to make it 27-24 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in the third. Henry ran for a 9-yard gain on 3rd and 5 from Baltimore's 20. He closed the third quarter with a 30-yard burst up the right sideline. Those two plays set up Huntley's 10-yard touchdown pass to Zay Flowers, which came on a 3rd and 8 play with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left. Willis drove the Packers into Baltimore territory before hurting his shoulder and heading to the locker room. Clayton Tune took over, and his first pass was intercepted by Marlon Humphrey. The Ravens are at Pittsburgh on January 4th, while the Packers are at Minnesota on January 4th. Justin Brazeau recorded his first NHL hat trick. Brian Russ scored twice, and the Pittsburgh Penguins rolled past the sliding Chicago Blackhawks 7-3 on Sunday night. Anthony Mantha had a goal and assist, and Noel Axarari scored as the Penguins won their second game in 3, but just their second in the last 11. Ryan Shea had 3 assists, and Artur Silovs made 21 saves. Blackhawks captain Nick Foligno had scored in his return after missing 19 games with a hand injury, and Wyatt Kaiser and Tyler Bertuzzi each had a goal. Last place Chicago came out flat a night after snapping a 6-game losing streak in Dallas with a shootout win and lost for the 9th time in its last 11. Blackhawks goalie Spencer Knight stopped only 3 of his first 7 shots he faced before being relieved by Arvid Soderblom 12 minutes and 3 seconds into the game. Knight returned for the third period and stopped both shots he faced in the frame. Soderblom stopped 12 of 15 shots, including Sidney Crosby's breakaway in the second period. The Penguins led 4-0 midway through the first period. Mantha opened the scoring at 1 minute and 38 seconds in, swatting in a loose rebound. Russ made it 2-0 at 7 minutes and 19 seconds, beating Knight on the glove side from the left circle. Brazeau upped it to 3-0 just 61 seconds later, knocking in Mantha's feed from behind the net and prompting Chicago coach Jeff Blashill to take a timeout. Russ fired in a screened shot from the right circle at 12 minutes and 3 seconds for his 15th goal to chase Knight. Foligno cut it to 4-1 midway through the second, tucking in a loose puck from the crease. Brazeau added goals 57 seconds apart to complete his hat trick. Alone in the front, he slid in a power play score at 12 minutes and 20 seconds, then deflected Connor Dewar's high shot for his 11th goal of the season. Kaiser made it 6-2 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second. Then Axiari scored with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go in the period. Bertuzzi scored with 1 second left in the third. The Penguins host Carolina on Tuesday. The Blackhawks host the New York Islanders on Tuesday. Clinton fell behind early, and a late comeback fell short as the Maroons lost to Paxton Buckley Lotus 68-61 on the second day of the holiday hoopla from the Seaver Center in Monticello. The Panthers jumped out to a 21-28 lead at the half and led 49-35 after 3 quarters. The Maroons would rally but could not overcome the deficit. Tyler Cole had 20 points to lead PBL, and Carson Koss had 12 points and 11 rebounds. Caden Vance finished with 10 points for the Panthers, who improved to 8-4 overall. Clinton was led by Jaden Bell's double-double with 22 points and 10 boards. Keaton Graves added 22 points. Jackson Reynolds chipped in with 8. The Maroons fall to 9-3 overall. They take on Tuscola in the nightcap of the second day of holiday hoopla action. A win over Tuscola and PBL beating Oakwood would create a 3-way tie of teams at 2-1 in pool play in the gold pool at the hoopla. 3 players scored in double figures, and Clinton rolled to a 63-33 win over Ridgeview on the second day of the Monticello Holiday Hoopla at Miller Gym in Monticello. Carly Anderson led all scorers with 17 points. Lila Kluver and Clara Dempsey each added 16 points for the Lady Maroons. Clinton built a 28-15 halftime advantage and pulled away in the second half. Clinton takes on Warrensburg Latham to conclude the pool play at Holiday Hoopla. A win would earn them a shot at the tournament championship Monday night at 6 p.m. In a game heard on WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com, 2 players had double-doubles, and Aiden McCool scored a career-high 26 points as Monticello took down Ridgeview 65-48 to wrap up pool play undefeated and advance to Monday night's Holiday Hoopla Championship at the Seaver Center Saturday afternoon. Matthias Rudolph scored 25 points with 13 rebounds. Nolan Bennykemper added 13 points and 12 boards for the Sages. McCool scored 15 of his 25 in the second half, coming up with multiple clutch shots to help the Sages get a win in a very physical game with the Mustangs. His efforts earned him the State Bank of Bement Player of the Game. Monticello's team basketball and ball movement was on full display as the Sages had 21 assists on its 25 field goals, shooting 41% from the foul line. Monticello controlled the glass to a 44-31 advantage. The Sages held the Mustangs to a 28% shooting. Ridgeview held the advantage at the foul line, going 16 of 23, thanks to 21 fouls committed by Monticello. The Sages were just 5 of 9 at the line. Monticello knocked down 10 3-pointers, led by 6 from McCool. Ridgeview finished 4 of 23 from distance. Monticello goes to 8-1 overall, while Ridgeview drops to 10-2 overall. The Mustangs will play in the third-place game at the Hoopla on Monday afternoon, while Monticello advances to the championship on Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Tri-Valley used a big second and third quarter to pull away from Monticello on Saturday, the second day of action from the Holiday Hoopla in Monticello. The Lady Vikings extended a 12-10 first quarter lead to 38-21 at halftime, and then led 65-34 after the third quarter, triggering a running clock. Lucy Leatherwood was the only Sages scorer in double figures with 10 points. Annie Robinson added 8 points, and Allie Widener had 6 points. Addie Fryhot led the Lady Vikings with 20 points. Kaylee Mangenheimer scored 19 points, and Ava Black scored 12 points. Monticello finishes 2-1 in pool play and will play for third place at the Hoopla on Monday at 2 p.m. Hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC and online at DeWittDailyNews.com. Get highlights of your local high school program anytime by finding IL SportsWire on your preferred social media platform, and get local sports anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Health isn't just something you think about when you're sick. At the SIU Center for Family Medicine in Lincoln, our doctors care for you through every stage of life. Annual checkups help you stay ahead of problems, keep your family healthy, and build a relationship with a doctor